Steve Cooper, Rank Success, and I am back with another short book review covering literature and reading material that you may find useful if you are a individual preparing for or aspiring to promotion in the police service. And again, it's the kind of CPD stuff, continuous professional or personal development material that you might find useful to think and reflect upon. And today's book is called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, and this is a bestseller. There's millions and millions of copies of this being sold, and if you were looking for a book that you could find if you were moving from constable to sergeant, sergeant to inspector, or anywhere through the rank system, you could do worse than to buy that book as a complete toolkit, if you like, to your approach, to inform your thinking and to support and to challenge it in lots of areas of life. Now, it's a big book. The habits are the 7 habits are: be proactive. So that's a key message for your life. Be proactive in whatever you choose to do. Begin with the end in mind. Always think about what you've got planned at the end. What's your end goal? What does good look like? Have an idea of that. Put first things first. What are the priorities you need to put in place and to think about? And then think win-win. You're going to lose on some things. Some people are going to win. You're going to have lose-wins, win-lose situations. The message there is think win-win. Try and get as many win-win situations in your life as you can and in your career, because that's a path that's very helpful and supportive, and is likely to get you to the end that you've got in mind a lot quicker. Seek first to understand and then be understood. So it's very much around flipping your approach, because many people listen for a very short period of time in order to respond, to reply, and not with the intent to actually listen. So having that ability to kind of seek first to understand and listen to other people, and then be understood, then get your message across, is a key habit to form. Synergize is number 6, so bringing everything together in the best way you can with all the information and resources you've got to hand. And number 7 is sharpen the saw. Now, I'm only going to touch on a couple of little bits in this because it's quite a big book. It is a good book. The writing on the back says the fundamentals are key to success. Use the tips, use the habits. So one of the things that I found in there, which is a really useful exercise for you for leadership development exercise, certainly a reflection or introspection exercise for you, is to think about your life's mission and to write it down on paper and make it tangible, to do the thinking necessary to come up with a mission for your life. Most people don't do it. And if you do it, it can open up a whole load of avenues for you in the way you think, in the way you approach your life and your goals, and even your outlook to your career from that moment on. And he's got in here one executive's statement, which I quite liked. My mission is to live with integrity and to make a difference in the lives of others. So that's quite good as a mission statement. I quite like that. I identify with it. And how he will fulfill that is the next step. So I sacrifice. I will devote my time, my talents and my resources to my mission. I inspire. I teach by example that things can be overcome. I'm impactful. What I do makes a difference in the lives of others. And then he's gone through to look at other areas of his life, as being a husband, a father, a son or a brother, his faith, being a neighbour, being a change agent and being a catalyst for developing high performance in organisations, which is his role, and being a scholar. I learn important new things every day. So that exercise, writing down your mission in life, is a really good development exercise for people. And if you start linking that to values, and I've done some other short videos on values, particularly the CVF values that you may want to have a look at, you may well want to incorporate those along with the other values you've got in your life as part of a product, as part of something you've written down that you can use to start informing your life, if you like, and your approach to it. So it's quite deep, it's quite meaningful, but it covers lots of other areas as well. And habit 7, which I just wanted to come back to, is quite good because Everybody's busy, and we know people are busy, and they'll tell you they're busy, and they are busy. The point being is there has to come back a point, and particularly when you're preparing for promotion, is being selfish, stepping aside, protecting some time that you need to think differently, just to buy yourself that space and that time to think. And you'll certainly see that with SIOs, feedback from SIOs on major incidents and murder homicide investigations. They will say it's really important for them to get that time, to take that time, to make that time, to be able to think. And so this habit, Sharpen the Saw, kind of articulates that for me. And here's a quick story to demonstrate it. Suppose you were to come upon someone in the woods working feverishly to saw down a tree. What are you doing, you ask. Well, can't you see, comes the impatient reply. I'm sawing down this tree. You look exhausted, you exclaim. How long have you been at it? Over 5 hours, he replies, and I'm beat. This is hard work. Well, why don't you take a break for a few minutes and sharpen that saw, you inquire. I'm sure it'll go a lot faster. I don't have the time to sharpen the saw, the man said emphatically. I'm too busy sawing. And I think it's a really good story about how people are too busy doing whatever else they have to do in their lives to sometimes stop and work out and to think through how they might be able to do things smarter, more differently, stop doing it at all, or to take a different path in life. So that book, The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, is a really good toolkit. If you're someone who's aspiring to promotion, have a look through it. And again, you may want to keep a master notebook and write down all the things, all the observations, all the aha moments, the light bulb moments that you get from these books, that some of the books that I'm covering, because you'll then be starting to craft, if you like, your own resource of things that really inspire and motivate you. And that can only be a good thing if you're preparing for promotion. So that's another book. I quite like it. It was I didn't realise. I remembered my dad had bought it for me, but my dad bought me that one. So it's I remember in the cover he's just asked me to let him know if it's any good. So I'll probably give him a call afterwards and let him know. But until then, I'll be doing another book for you shortly. Take care. Bye.